Over the past summer, I built a version of the German Hofbrauhaus from foam core, cardboard, wooden sticks, and hot glue. It is still one of my all-time favorite projects, and to make the signs and the posters for that restaurant, I used decals. Decals printed on white inkjet decal paper, which work especially well on glossy white paint. So, it's no accident that I'll be decorating a few white trucks today. My Lionel layout has a European theme going on right now, and I love the atmosphere and food at the Hofbrauhaus. So, I made a boxcar too. And even when I was making that, I knew I'd be doing a few trucks. So I printed out these decals at the same time. This van is not German. I think it might actually be from the old Soviet Union. But it's old looking and close enough to white to work with these new graphics. I didn't include any video of the process, but all decals made with inkjet printers need a clear coat before you cut and install them. For this project, I used a clear matte finish from Rust-Oleum. This is a 1/43rd scale Peterbilt box truck from New Ray. They're still available and still pretty cheap. I bought 3 of these a long time ago. I made decals for one with my YouTube channel logo, and another one became a freight truck for Amroad from the movie Silver Streak. These decals could have become permanent if I had sprayed a clear coat after I applied the decals, but I never did. So the old ones came off pretty easily. I won't seal these new ones either, which will allow me to make different ones if I ever get tired of these. I've been printing inkjet decals for a long time. And I just recently found out that this is the correct method for applying them. I was leaving the decals in the water for way too long, then they would become fragile and crack. I always blamed the decal paper, but then I finally read the instruction sheet. This is the correct method for preparing and applying these decals. Koala inkjet decal paper is actually pretty awesome when you follow the directions. I could have used a bit of decal setting solution, but it's not really necessary on a surface this flat and smooth. Plus, I want to be able to remove these later if I think of a new design. What is the correct term for your son-in-law's dad? What would I call him? I'm not sure, but Mike gave me this billboard after he did some consulting work for Frisch's. It's yet another restaurant whose food I enjoy, but pumpkin pie doesn't really fit into the theme of my layout. So I hope Mike won't mind if I create a new image to be used with his gift. Instead of decal paper, this time I used photographic paper, and then also sprayed it with a light coat of matte finish clear spray from Rust-Oleum. I cut it to size, and then it just snaps into place and is held from behind with that piece of corrugated cardboard. Pretty nice. Out of the 3 billboard designs, this one is my favorite. And at some point, I'd like to add a small Mercedes dealership to my layout, something with a showroom for my 1/43rd scale cars, lighting, signs, the whole thing. I need to find some time to build that, but I'm still not sure of the dimensions. Somewhere in my basement is the 3rd one of these trucks, but number 2 right here will be advertising for Germany's railway, Deutsche Bahn, or DB. I don't know if Peterbilt even has any trucks in Europe, but that's okay. I really just like making the graphics. All of these images were made at a website called Night Cafe Studio, where I typed in a description of what I wanted, and then AI takes over and generates the picture. I like it. I like it a whole lot. And it's mostly free. I haven't spent a dime so far. Night Cafe also has some animation capabilities, which I'd love to explore, but that would require a monthly subscription. And right now, I'm just too cheap for that. But if you learn how to type in a decent description, the still images from Night Cafe Studio can be pretty sweet. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, my recommendation is to find a white truck or paint a Lionel boxcar, then design, print, and install some new graphics from your own imagination. So until next time, this has been Bob's Workshop. Take care.